Once upon a time, in a very recent time, there was a girl named Mercen. She was born in the African continent, Congo. She has colored braids on her hair, beautiful shining black skin, deep black eyes. She loves to wear her favorite dress. It's yellow, shining as the sun. Mercene, she comes from a place which is very, very rich. Nature in Congo, it's amazing. And it has many available stops. Have you ever heard about tantalum? It's very available for technology. So, because of tantalum extraction, there are many conflicts where she lives. And then one day, a beautiful hot day, Mercene, her mom, and her brothers, they run it through a very crowded street till they reach the boat. They crossed big waves until they could reach the plane. They took the plane, and Mercene, she could see for the first time clouds so close, like she could touch it. They flew many hours, and they reached Brazil. Mercene is now in Rio de Janeiro. Who needs to leave their homeland because of a war? It's called a refugee. And Mercene, she is a refugee. Now, she goes to school. She plays with other girls, other boys. She sings every day. She's even teaching her mom how to speak Portuguese. Oi, tudo bem? Obrigada. Most of the time, she's happy there. But night time, just before she sleeps, she dreams about her warm. And who is hugging her is her dad. He couldn't come with them. So, to deal with this feeling, Mercene created a game. She straightened her legs, stand on her tiptoes, and she runs through their house, making a party. She feels her heart very strong. She stops. She opens her eyes wide, wide. She hugs herself. She thinks about her dad. And then she's ready to play with other kids, to laugh, and to live her story. Once upon a time, in a very, very, very long time ago, in the Amazon forest, there was a river. A huge river. And from this river, many other rivers they born. It's a very, very generous river, full of life. But For some time, there was no fish. Around this river, there was a village surrounded from many enormous trees. Açaí, seringueira, andiroba, pupunha, cacau, cupuaçu, guaraná, tucumã. In this village, it was a fisherman village. They were having hard times because all the fishermen, they were going out to fish, but they couldn't catch anything. And there was one of them, his name is Timóteo. Timóteo, since always, he used to go out for fishing, nighttime, since he was a boy. When the sun comes down, Timóteo takes his net and goes. But there was no fish, not daytime, not night. Well, but the fishermen, they kept going and trying. It was full watching like this. As soon as the sun, he walked through the forest till he reached the river, climbed a little bit, and he found his spot, his favorite stone to sit. And he was there, preparing his thing, and then he heard the sound. Got scared. But he got more curious than scared. And he followed to the river. He climbed some stones, and he could hear each time the sound was higher, closer, closer. Then he reached a small pool with a waterfall, and just the big stone, the left side of the water falling, she was there. Yeah. Help woman, help fish. What do you want from me? He was afraid. Me? I don't want anything. But maybe you are looking after some fish. Yes. Yes. But there is no longer any fish in this river. Well, you can fish here in my waters. Come here when it's full moon, and you will find fish. Then, poof, she jumped. And he could see that amazing woman of fish going through his heavy. When the villagers started to gossip for a long time, Timóteo was the only fisherman that could find fish. Even if the other fishermen went to the same pool, that waterfall, they couldn't catch him. And people gossip. Start to gossip. And now he has money in his pocket. He moved it to a better house. Just in front of the river, there was a small garden. He started to grow vegetables. He found some animals. He was growing animals. Everything was so good. But inside his heart, he was missing Yara so much. He was calling. Well, the next full after many months, she came again. He was there in the pool fishing, and he saw just in that big stone, left side of the waterfall, Yara, so good to see you again. I replied, so much. I want to thank you. I need to thank you. Is there anything I can do for you? Not for a while. Yes, there is something. Would you marry me? Of course I would marry you. Okay. So come here in the next full. Bring me a dress. White or you can have anything by metal. Okay, got it. But much. It is one condition. You can never, ever be rude to me. I promise I will never be rude to you. Deal. Yara, jumping in. And if he could see one more time that beautiful, awesome, how fish going. He went to his home. It was count day till the next food. Found a beautiful dress, white and with anything made by metal. And big night came. The sun came back to go. Drive a little bit and put the dress just on that big stone, the left side of the water. Saw Yara coming out of this time. Oh, she put the dress on. They started a life together. Yara, she made the house more beautiful, more comfortable. She put some yellow curtains, comfortable orange hammock in the balcony. He was growing vegetables and she planted some flowers. And it was beautiful. They were taking good care of each other. He was still going out for fishing nighttime. Still the only fisherman taking catching fishes. And the neighborhood start to gossip even more. What's happening with Timocho? He's the only man fishing. He has money in his pocket. He moved to a better house. He's growing his food. He has animals. Now I got married with a woman. She's beautiful, like a saint. He's not the most handsome of the guys, but okay, he's a nice person. But come on, he's thriving. He was thriving. Life was really, really good to him. They were so in love. But routine, even if it's good, it's rude. It can be like the biggest. What happened is that after fishing, it started to go. It was not a problem at all. But he started to drink too much. Too much. And in one morning, when he arrived at home, he opened the door and he said, like, boss, where is my coffee? He couldn't even realize that the table was full of food as always. Juice, milk, cheese bread, cake, flowers. Yara, she was preparing coffee. She was by the sink in front of the room. And in many places in Brazil, they still prepare coffee like this, with a jar, cotton bag, and you go pouring the water slowly, slowly. She was doing, and he was just complaining, where is my coffee? What a lazy woman. You are too slow. But it's my fault. I got buried with the fish. Yara left everything, looking through the window, looking to the river. She raised her hands. And while she was raising her hands, the water was raising with her. And it starts to take everything away. The vegetables they were growing, animals, hammock in the balcony, or things from the living room, chairs. He saved himself because he could climb to the roof. And from the roof, he saw that amazing how Yara, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Yara! People from the village, they say that even today, if you go in the full moon, that pool in front of that waterfall, you can hear too much. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Julia. When she was a little girl, Juliana smelled flowers, daisy, rose. In her reddish golden hair, she was always carrying a dry leaf or something. Her legs full of scars from playing in the field, and her knees always swollen. But on her face, always I smile from year to year. When she was a child, bigger girl, say, Juliana smelled of herbs, coriander, rosemary. Her hair pretty blowed from the. Her face always blushed from the slabs of her. For the family, the girl was hopeless. She didn't want to play with dolls or with other girls. She wanted just to fight the boys and beat them. And on her eyes, she had a cold and this. When Juliana became a woman, she smelled of spices. Coriander no, cinnamon, clove. Juliana used to say she didn't want to marry, she didn't want a man or any chance in her life. That place was too small for the fire she had inside. But her father would rather die than see his daughter disgraced. And her mom was always asking what she would do outside, besides losing herself. Actually, the road was big and scary. And from the look of others, the judgment of others, she clouded her spirit. And eventually, she got married. She allowed herself to be loved. Her hair, she tied. Then she. From this marriage, she had 3 kids, 3 daughters. And even none of them had her reddish hair, the fire she had inside. She was feeding them every day with dreams of a different life, with other countries, other languages, other trees, other people with different color of skin that she never saw, but she was so sure they were there waiting. But of course, her daughters, they didn't go. Like all the women from that time, that place, they got there and had kids. And they were happy. Really. And for Juliana, the grandkids, they were such a joy. Family was beautiful. But despite all the years, despite everything, despite all her age, all the tiredness over her shoulders, despite her hair, white snow now, Juliana was feeling that fire she had inside was there, stubborn, kept burning. And time passed, as it always does in stories and in life. And in the sad autumn afternoon, Juliana buried her husband, the man with whom she shared a lifetime, but now she was saying goodbye as he was a total stranger. And the legend says that looking through the window in that rainy, grey afternoon, Juliana dreamed for the first time about palm trees. Yes. 3 days later, she packed her bag and she left. She wrote a note promising she would write, and she kept her promise. And she wouldn't repeat herself. Each daughter was writing, telling different stories. So every Christmas Eve, sitting by the fire with kids, husband, the daughters would open the letters of Julia. And opening these letters came to the most awaited moment from the kids, from the whole family, but they grew up dreaming about this mythic grandma that was flying around the world in a hot air balloon with all the colors of the rainbow. It was swimming in a river in tropical forest with pink dolphins. This grandma that was crossing the desert in a caravan of camels. And time passed again, as it always does in stories. And in one Christmas Eve, there were no letters. Daughters, they got together in a silence till one of the kids, now older, came with that amazing story that when grandmom was in a boat that sank and she saved herself holding a piece of wood and ended up an island with white sand, huge coconut trees. And the other one came with another story when she was flying on the road, hot air balloon, all the colors of rainbow. And the other one, remember that other story when she got lost in a very hot Medina, in a very hot city. And the younger ones start to laugh and clapping, amazed in amusement, like so excited. And the older ones, they started a competition to see who would remember the best story of grandma. Her daughters were crying and laughing at the same time. And that was when Juliana started to live forever. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. Çok teşekkür ederim. Görüşürüz.